folks, today's video is going to be about trying to get extra accessories for Moji. So Moji has a card that looks like this, and it's like a little duck, and it's a Sqeakee toy, and he makes a noise, but it's like a certain kind of squeaky toy noise that's duck-like. So I have bought Moji just a cheap little dog toy that's in the shape of a duck, and first of all I'm going to see if that works or if it's too sort of wide for his mouth. So here's Moji's mail that came this morning, and there's the duck. So I'm looking at this, I think it might be a bit big folks, but let's see. So that's what the duck looks like. Comes with an extra squeaker. So this duck has a squeaker in it, which isn't really the sort of squeak that Moji makes, and it does make it too wide for his mouth, but it has Velcro at the back, which is good because it means you can actually take the squeaker out. So that's made the duck quite sort of flat. Might be okay. So just waking Moji up. So I'm going to put the duck in his mouth, and then I'm going to show him his card. Well, duck seems to fit in all right. That's really effective, and it really does look like the picture. So folks, can recommend this. I'll keep the squeaker out it to make it a different toy for Moji, but the duck is by Kong and it's called Dr. Noise. So the next toy I'm going to try and make for Moji is his ball toy, which also has a squeaker in it. I'm going to try using this yellow felt because it's almost the same colour. So I've got just a cheap dog ball that's no good for Moji because it's hard, but I'm going to use it as a kind of template. So I've cut a rectangular piece of felt out first, and I'm going to cut it so that I'm tracing the white line around like that. So I've cut it so it matches that white line all the way around. And now I'm going to use that as a template to cut another one. So I've drawn around it and I'm going to cut a second one out. So now I've wrapped one piece round one way and the other piece round the other way, and I'm going to pin them together. So now I've pinned the two pieces together around the ball, and now I'm going to sew it. So I've sewn up as far as I can now. And I'm going to take these pins out and take the ball out while I still can. So next I'm going to put some stuffing in this, stuff it quite tight. So I've packed the stuffing quite tight, and now I'm going to pin it together. So now I've got the ball fully stuffed and I've pinned it together again, and I'm going to sew it so that I've just got a little gap left so that I can remove the stuffing. So now I've sewn up all the ball apart from just one little bit here that's joined with a pin. So I'll take the pin out, and now I want to remove this stuffing and turn the ball inside out. So that's it on the right side. So I'm going to put the stuffing back in, but not put as much stuff in it because Moji won't be able to bite down on it if it's too tightly packed. So the ball's re-stuffed now with the appropriate amount of stuffing, and there's just one little bit left to sew up. So I've sewn up that last little gap, and the ball's all ready now for me to paint a white line along the seam where I've sewn it. So I'm going to attempt to paint a white line on this to make it look more like the picture. It's looking all right. So let's try this out. So the third toy that I'm going to try to make for Moji is an extra pull toy, like the one he came with. So I've bought some of this 4mm soft rope that you can buy off Amazon, and it doesn't cost very much. And I'm going to use 3 pieces of this knotted together. So I've got my 3 pieces knotted together now. That's what it looks like next to the original rope toy. I've unpicked the ends of the rope, 3 pieces of rope, so that it's nice and frayed like the original one. So now for the complicated part, I need to get a mould of the ball that's on the end of the rope toy that goes in Moji's mouth. So to make this mould, I'm going to use Easy Mould silicone putty. So you just mix this together for 30 seconds and then you've only got 2.5 minutes working times. Okay, that's it basically. I've just covered it all. So I'm going to cut it in half now. And there's the 2 halves. Okay, so Paul's putting some pins in the rope to keep it pressed down while the resin's setting. We're going to use this craft resin.
4 grams.
5 grams. It's 5 grams.
4.75 grams.
Right.
Same again?
Yeah. So Paul's mixing it up now. Right, it's 3 minutes. So that's got to be left to set for a day now, and we'll see how it is. Okay, so the resin's set, so let's see what it's like out of the mould. It's obviously got a lot of bubbles in.
We didn't degas the resin, did we?
We didn't degas the resin because we weren't sure how it's going to turn out, but when we finish making this one, if it's okay, then we would degas the resin to make another, and we would colour it as well.
Yeah.
So the pins that Paul put in to keep the rope down actually got set in the resin, so he's just had to snip them off. So when we make another one, we won't do that because you can't actually get the pins out again. So what we're going to do next is use some epoxy resin to set 2 magnets next to the rope. So it's a 2-part epoxy resin. Put equal parts of each and then mix it together, and then it starts working. Probably best to put it in so that the side that's attracted, Paul. You've done that?
I think so.
So it just takes about 3 minutes then?
Yeah.
So weighing out the resin, 2.8, 2.85. 2.8, what is that?
3. And we're just lowering that on top, are we, like that?
Yep.
Like that?
Mm-hmm.
And leaving it like that, are we?
Yep. Okay, so it's set now, so we're going to see what it's like. So we've got reasonable on this side, a bit hopeless on this side. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to fill up that gap there with clear epoxy so that we can try it out.
I think that's probably as neat as I can get it.
Okay. So Paul's snipped off the end of the rope as well to make it a little bit neater. I recognise that straight away there. I've won. There's his red toy on his magic colour, and he can tug on it. So there's Moji's 3 new accessories. Hope you enjoyed that, folks. We will try and improve on the rope toy in a future video, but I think they all work pretty well with Moji. But that's it for this video, folks. Thanks for watching as always, and see you next time.